Always. Hey vlog, so today was kind of an interesting day, to be honest. Like PILAR'S special appearance, I did do a pick me up. That was like hell on earth. Like I was vomiting in the back. Not actually, just kidding. Keith's making us watch our TED Talk. Hey, I didn't see her pick me up. I was late. It's for the best. It's 2:42. It is time to go home for me personally. I mean, not home, but go to the studio. Keith wants us to watch a TED Talk about trackers. I'm like, wait.
Oh, it's not me.
Anyways, Keith wants us to watch this TED Talk about tracking, so we're gonna watch that.
Ready?
Yeah.
You creeped out?
Can we shut the lights off?
Yeah.
Friendly reminder, this was all 11 years ago.
Keith, can we shut the lights off?
Yes, please. It's way worse now.
You're gonna get our live reactions.
So much worse now.
Oh, the lighting's like better when the lights are off on the Chromebook. Just want to say. Okay, Moore and I are gonna give our live reactions. Let's go.
Let's do some whole different live reactions.
Live reactions are going
I don't
crazy.
know why, but I'm continually amazed to
He's
think
scary looking.
that 2.5 billion of us around the world are connected to each other through the internet. And that at any point in time, more than 30% of the world's population can go online to learn, to create, and to share. And the amount of time each of us is spending doing all of this is also continuing to grow. A recent study showed that the young generation alone is spending over 8 hours a day online. As the parent of a 9-year-old girl, that number seems awfully low. But just as the internet has opened up the world for each and every one of us, it has also opened up each and every one of us to the world. And increasingly, the price we're being asked to pay for all of this connectedness is our privacy. Today, what many of us would love to believe is that the internet is a private place. It's not. And with every click of the mouse and every touch of the screen, we are like Hansel and Gretel, leaving breadcrumbs of our personal information everywhere we travel through the digital woods. We are leaving our birthdays, our places of residence, our interests and preferences, our relationships, our financial histories, and on it goes. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not for 1 minute suggesting that sharing data is a bad thing. In fact, when I know the data that's being shared and I'm asked explicitly for my consent, I want some sites to understand my habits. It helps them suggest books for me to read, or movies for my family to watch, or friends for us to connect with. But when I don't know, and when I haven't been asked, that's when the problem arises. It's a phenomenon on the internet today called behavioral tracking, and it is very big business. In fact, there's an entire industry formed around following us through the digital woods and compiling a profile on each of us. And when all of that data is held, they can do almost whatever they want with it. This is an area today that has very few regulations and even fewer rules. Except for some of the recent announcements here in the United States and Europe, it's an area of consumer protection that's almost entirely naked. So let me expose this lurking industry a little bit further. The visualization you see forming behind me is called Collusion. And it's an experimental browser add-on that you can install in your Firefox browser that helps you see where your web data is going and who's tracking you. The red dots you see up there are sites that are behavioral tracking that I have not navigated to, but are following me. The blue dots are the sites that I've actually navigated directly to. And the gray dots are sites that are also tracking me, but I have no idea who they are. All of them are connected, as you can see, to form a picture of me on the web, and this is my profile. So let me go from an example to something very specific and personal. I installed Collusion in my own laptop 2 weeks ago, and I let it follow me around for what was a pretty typical day. Now, like most of you, I actually start my day going online and checking email. I then go to a news site, look for some headlines, and in this particular case, I happened to like one of them on the merits of music literacy in schools, and I shared it over a social network. Our daughter then joined us at the breakfast table, and I asked her, is there an emphasis on music literacy in your school? And she, of course, naturally, as a 9-year-old, looked at me and said quizzically, what's literacy? So I sent her online, of course, to look it up. Now let me stop here. We are not even 2 bites into breakfast, and there are already nearly 25 sites that are tracking me. I have navigated to a total of 4. So let me fast forward through the rest of my day. I go to work, I check email, I log on to a few more social sites, I blog, I check more news reports, I share some of those news reports, I go look at some videos. Pretty typical day, in this case actually fairly pedantic, and at the end of the day, as my day winds down, look at my profile. The red dots have exploded. The gray dots have grown exponentially. All in all, there's a...
They're getting you right now. They're getting you right now. They don't want us to know.
They don't want us to know the truth.
I didn't really understand the whole thing of it. Like, Keith's explanation scared me more, but it's fine. I'm just gonna act like I understand. That's crazy. Just act like you understand. It's fine.
Are you actually?
Yes, he did it.
Yeah.
Live reaction.
Live reaction, that's what I'm saying. Except, like, I looked bored. So I don't really understand, like, what that whole thing meant. Like, I guess it's, like, the 6 you activate too, but, like, if they aren't listening to me, I don't really care.
It's way more
Like,
sophisticated. You click once.
We'll pull up on them.
like, if they're listening to me and watching me, that's scary, but if they're just, like, if they're just staring, if they're just getting that I like dance or I like whatever, like, the color purple, I don't really care. If they're watching me and listening to me, that I care a little bit. 48.
What are they gonna do? They're gonna come to my house and like.
No, but they're gonna spend all your money on my establishment. Track you.
Like, see, that doesn't scare me. Like, the whole, like, going onto a website and other websites and other people knowing my information, like, that I like a certain thing, that doesn't scare me.
No, but like.
But people, like, listening to me and watching me through a camera, that's scary, right? Anyways. Well, what are you Googling?
Are you gonna hate on me that hard, bro? Like, damn. I guess.
Outside of
That's
the
what
internet,
hackers
what else
love
are
to
they gonna
do.
How can they?
Also, the guy was a little scary looking, in my opinion. Like, I didn't really like him. But.
My identity is like the identity that they're getting is from the internet.
I mean, still, they can take your identity.
Walk in.
Have you never heard of stealing
Yeah, I
someone's
know. My
identity?
aunt got her identity stolen. It's fine though.
Exactly. They could do that online.
We were at like 4 minutes.
Yes, they could.
2 weeks ago, and I let it follow me around for what was it me and said quizzically, what's the receipt?
Unless you
So I
have
sent her on
4 minutes cheap.
I log on to a few more social sites. I blog. I check more news reports. I share some of those news exploded. The gray dots have grown exponentially. All in all, there's over 150 sites that are now tracking my personal information, most all of them without my consent.
It was working, but okay. But it was working.
Yeah.
So, no, it started working. Like, was that targeted at me or was that targeted? I don't know.
This is nothing.
Let's see. Don't pause it.
Across the web. And why is this happening? Pretty simple. It's huge business. The revenue of the top handful of companies in this space is over $39 billion today. And as adults, we are certainly not alone. At the same time I installed my own collusion profile, I installed one for my daughter. And on one single Saturday morning, over 2 hours on the internet, here's her collusion profile.
Queen is 9.
This is a 9-year-old girl navigating to principally children's sites. I moved from freaked out to enraged. This is no longer me being a tech pioneer or a privacy advocate. This is me being a parent. Imagine in the physical world if somebody followed our children around with a camera and a notebook and recorded their every movement. I can tell you there isn't a person in this room that would sit idly by. We'd take action. It may not be good action, but we would take action. We can't sit idly by here either. This is happening today. Privacy is not an option, and it shouldn't be the price we accept for just getting on the internet. Our voices matter, and our actions matter even more. Today, we've launched Collusion. You can download it, install it in Firefox to see who is tracking you across the web and following you through the digital woods. Going forward, all of our voices need to be heard, because what we don't know can actually hurt us, because the memory of the internet is forever. We are being watched. It's now time for us to watch the watchers. Thank you.
That was deep. That didn't scare me as much though as Keith's like conversation scared me.
Well,
Oh my god, it's my queen. Do you want to say hi to the vlog? This is like my best friend.
I don't show up because there's no flash.
Yeah, somebody turned off the lights. Like, it's not bad. So that was an interesting video. I think we're done here. Like, super meaningful. I think his was more deep, but it's fine.
so weird. So creepy, man. So way more sophisticated today, right? Because that was 11, 12 years ago. Not too long after the internet came out. And now they have layers and layers. If you want to play around with it, it's probably still available.
Oh my god.
Download.
Can I do that right now?
The last advisory did it,
Wait, what?
and they got creeped out. They came in the next day, and there were like 588 sites of tracking things after school yesterday.
Wait, what?
It is.
I love to understand.
She's in denial, bro.
She's lying to herself.
39.
Or give us a fit check.
You don't want to die.
Can I put it on my phone? I feel like on my phone it'd be more where it's
Yeah.
They have made so much more money, so they have more power, so they have more lobbying power at
When you get the money.
state houses and law meetings, right? And all the powers that be that have influence on what the policy should be. It's exponentially worse today. As I'm talking right now, it's being tracked through this. It's being tracked through all your mics.
Do you think my people? Do you think that people like my vlog?
they like my vlogs.
I think they
know
like my
that
vlog.
I'm sure 58 people are watching it right now. Yeah.
I feel famous.
And that's the rub. It's like people like it, and like it's weird.
Attention.
People like it until it's bad, right?
Yeah. Like right now, like we're eating. More and I are literally like. Anyways, I think we should end. Like I'm getting the message.
There
that we should
weren't
end.
bots. There weren't fake online identities.
I feel like that was really
they're
close.
real.
I feel like a lot of
Predators
time
weren't,
Keith just
like,
targets me.
masking themselves just yet in large numbers, but now they
Keith
do.
just always he stays
Right? You think
targeting
you're
me.
talking to
Like
somebody
I can't talk anymore.
and you have no idea who's on.